Welcome back to another fantastic episode of Omni Garage After Hours here on the Thor Media channel. So we've got some really great products to try out here today. So what we have behind us is a Toyota Corolla. It's white. It's been cleaned by Omni Garage. We've done a nice 2-bucket wash behind us. This car's got no protection on it, never had protection on it, and never will have any protection on it. But we're going to compare both these detail sprays together in a versus style video. These products are detail sprays. Okay, they're going to leave no protection behind. You might get 1 or 2 days out of it. But this is not about how long these are going to last. This is just a detail spray, and we're typically going to use it as like a drying aid. You finish washing the vehicle, the car's slightly wet, you put a couple of spritzes on the panel, and you use that to help lubricate basically your towel and the paint together so that you reduce the ability of marring and scratching when you're in your drying phase. And we typically like to use detail sprays. Why does Omni Garage like to use detail sprays? Because the cars that we have are usually got ceramic coating on them. They already have protection on it. We don't like to add more protection. That's just a bit stupid. So we use a detail spray to create lubrication between the drying towel and the paint, reduce the scratches, and I'm going to try these out. I've already used half a bottle of each of these, so pretty experienced with them, but we're going to put them head to head together. Glenn hasn't used any of these before, so he's going to try them out for us. So here we've got a clean panel, and I'm just going to prove to you that there's actually nothing on here. That looks like pretty still water, do you think, Glenn?
Oh, I think it does. Look at that.
So this will be a nice, perfect candidate. We'll do like a 50-50 because YouTube loves looking at 50-50s. And we'll just see the water behaviour of each of them. Bearing in mind, this isn't really going to be a point of water behaviour, hydrophobics, how much beading and how much protection, because these are detail sprays. But we will get a little bit, and it will last there for a day or so. So let's imagine you just finished cleaning the vehicle, you've got water left on there, you might have like dried it with the blower, or you know, a little bit of it's evaporated. So that's when you get your detail spray. You spray a little bit on the panel, let's do 1 spray per panel, and you wipe it in, and that gives you the lubrication. So do you want to do it?
Yeah, you've got a couple of ways you can do this. You can do a wet application like we've got right now, or you could use it as your drying aid, right? Like if this was much drier than it is right now, you could do that to add some lubrication to the surface.
But that's how we use it. We use these as a drying aid.
Correct.
Not to put protection on, because I know people are going to like write up comments. We have a lot of this on our YouTube channel. Oh, this is garbage, doesn't add any protection. The point of this is lubrication.
So we'll start with the pan product here. And I think let's do the glass and the paint, but let's start with the paint. So we've got 2 of the, what are these? These are the Twist Loop.
Twist Loop, Mr. Twister from the House of Rags.
Correct, and these are the DIY detail variant, hence why we've got this colour here. So let's do like 2 spritzes. Pop that down. Oh, that's got a really pleasant scent to it.
I think all the pan line does. I think it does smell quite good, doesn't it?
That really is quite nice. So, look, it feels slick underhand, which is nice because this car doesn't have any type of protection on it. So it's nice to have that slickness. Yeah, wow, that is really slick. Compared to the surface that we had beforehand here.
And that's the whole point, right? Because you can tell now that that's that lubrication coming through.
Yeah. So now dry, absolute dry side. Yeah. I mean, looking at the drying result on there as well. Very, very hard to tell on white if you get streaking. Hence why I think we need to hit the glass as well.
Yeah, I think that'd be a good spot. I thought I saw some streaking just there, but even if I come down and look up into the sun with it,
yeah, I think it's disappeared away.
I don't see any either.
I think that the risk of getting streaking with a product like this versus using something like an SiO2 based product or something that has like a polymer based protection, you're not having to try and level out the protection layer. So I think that's where you eradicate that risk of leaving streaking. It's still possible, I'm sure. Let's do 3 spritzes here.
I think you eliminate streaking by not using as much product. I mean, we definitely use way more than we're meant to. But
I just used 3 spritzes on the window there, so maybe I can just do a pretty rough wipe.
I see streaks now, but it'd be interesting to see if they actually level out.
Shall I not even touch it with the second wipe?
See what happens. You can see some streaking just in the bottom there, and actually all the way up there you can. Yeah.
And here?
Yeah.
I have a
But I mean, that would go away with a second wipe. If you hit that again,
yeah, well, let's hit it with a second wipe now. Okay, just a little note here on this glass. I'm having to work reasonably hard, having left it that amount of time to remove that streaking. You can see it here, and like if I just do like quite a light wipe.
I'm not going to pick it up on the camera.
Yeah, There is streaking here. It's really hard to see, but I'm having to put a bit more elbow grease in to remove it. Now, could that be because I just left it for quite a while on there? I'm going to be able to tell because let's give it another spritz. Let's do it immediately. So let's go first wipe. And then see if we can remove that with a second. No, so I'm still having to put in a little bit of elbow grease to remove the streaking off the glass. So I think that's an interesting tidbit of the pan product. I feel like I'm probably going to have to work slightly harder than what I want to. Because if I'm using a detail spray like this, I
don't want to be pushing hard. You don't want to be putting pressure on the panel either.
No, absolutely not. It eradicates the whole point of the lubrication when you're having to start to put elbow grease into it. So let's switch over to the Yum detailer. Let's see if we get the same behaviour. Let's start on, no, we'll go paint first again. Same order.
So fold another clean square on your towel.
Flip it that way.
It's pretty slick, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. So we've got the Yum detailer, and we'll do the same. Did we do 2 spritzes? We did, didn't we? This one also has a really nice scent to it.
Yeah, I don't know what the scent is. What do you think it is?
I need to sniff the bottle. Goodness, it's nice though.
Does it flash? Does it have a bit of flashing in it?
It's really tough to tell on the white. Yeah, tiny bit. It disappears pretty quick though. That is slick too. That is really slick. Okay, let's test this behaviour on the glass. So we did 3 spritzes. Which is quite heavy. And then let's do our kind of test where we spread it, but we don't remove it completely.
So I see a bit of streaking down here. Because you definitely don't want to fight this kind of stuff. There's nothing worse than having a dark coloured car and then you think you've done a nice job, you pull it in for the evening into the car and then you come back the next day, you know, and you look at it and go, ooh.
Oh yeah, I've got a big streak there. Do you know what? I can't see any streaking here. I can see a little area here where it's very, very heavy.
Yeah, that was pretty bad when
Maybe
you started.
across
So it
that
has
side there.
that there on the windscreen there is like water spots and etching where the wiper blade stops, so don't look at that.
So if I hit it now with my wipe,
I mean, that looks pretty good.
do you know what?
And you guys are probably picking up sun rays as well on the camera, which is probably not helping either.
I mean, the ease of use here, like slickness on both of these is really nice. They both smell really good. I think where this comes down to the key differentiating factor between the products is the ease of removal and the lack of streaking from Yum Detailer.
So now
on the glass,
get your microfiber and do like a touch on each of the panels and tell me which one you think's slicker. Very subjective here. People do some crazy
Totally
tests to
subjective.
work it out. And I actually think you're probably going to struggle, yeah?
No clear winner. No clear winner at all there. And we shouldn't have a clear winner because it's not SiO2, so we're not getting that extreme slickness out of it after the fact.
These are pretty slick
Not
though.
the point, but they are,
Yeah.
but it's not, I would have loved to have left a bit area of the panel where we didn't put anything on. They're both slick.
Okay, spray the panel with some water then. Slickness is the same.
Okay, and we'll see if we've created any water behaviour. Should we put the Keeve nozzle on?
You can put the Keeve nozzle on.
Keeve on.
So this is a nozzle by Keeve, well, not by Keeve. It's called the Keeve nozzle because Keeve found it. It's basically a shower nozzle. And it just allows you to use your pressure washer, but without the pressure of the pressure washer. It's like a shower head nozzle. Is it not on the top of the pressure washer there?
It is not.
Oh, it's here. Yeah, here's the nozzle I'm talking about. I'm standing right
Here we
next to
go.
it.
Yeah. So it just means that we can have like a really low pressure coming out, like, I mean, look at the orifice on there. It's not coming out of a single one. It's coming out of like a
bunch
hundred
of them.
different holes here.
Just like a shower head.
So,
So that's the pan side, that's the Yum side. So sprinkle some more water on the Yum side.
This is our Yum.
And pan side.
This is our pan. And I think what we need to do, we need to take that Keeve nozzle off and we need to hit it with the other nozzle, because
And
then it's
soak
a
it
fair
down.
comparison to what we had the first time around. I mean, I think it's safe to say that it's done something there.
There's something on there. How long it's going to last, I don't know. You could probably get a bucket wash out and you'd probably take it off.
Well, that's it. I mean, we haven't got that extreme water contact angle. It's not like a coating SiO2 spray sealant or anything, because we've got sitting water here. So it's created water beads, but it definitely isn't encouraging them to disappear at, I mean, that's not a huge angle there, but I mean, look at that. It's like, we've got beads, but they're sitting beads for the most part.
And then do the beads on this side just so we can see. So I think it's pretty similar, right?
Yep, I think similar results on there. So really then it comes down to the lack of streaking. Let's actually just spray the glass as well. See what we've got on there.
And then come over on this side. It's all very similar, isn't it?
Do you know what? It is a little bit similar.
You look like
but
you do have a
I
patch
think-
right here, though.
Yeah, this is the pan side, and I actually think the detailer by Yum performed better on that.
Do
So
that
like,
again.
watch this. So we've got more sheeting here, more beading over here. I like that better than this, because when it comes to drying that, let me just show you here. See, we're struggling here. We're making big beads into little beads. On this other side, I have a feeling that we're going to shed it a little bit easier. I think that tells me that the water behaviour on them as well, particularly on the
Slightly
glass,
different on the glass. there.
slightly different. Yeah. Yum
What about on
detailer.
the bonnet? Do that now on the bonnet.
So we've got a Yum detailer and then our pan. Same here.
It's Yum detailer, isn't it? Because
Yum
look, you
detailer.
can still see the little beads there. But Yum side's basically pretty much dry.
Yeah, we've got a winner, folks.
Yeah, there you go. That's real interesting, actually. I didn't think about that. Look, pan side's still got water on the surface. Yum does have water on the surface. Let's see if I can get it better for you. Like there's a bit there, but otherwise it's pretty dry
And then,
compared to this side here.
I mean, this will dry nicely. So this is, I'm putting nothing on this now, keep in mind. Just interested to feel the slickness. So I'll use that same side.
Do you think maybe the pressure's washed off pan
Well,
stuff?
Potentially.
But now you're sort of doing a longevity test.
Yeah, which is not the purpose. No, I still feel like we've got
Still
pretty
something
equal
on there?
slickness on there. There's definitely
Okay.
still something on there.
But that's
We haven't
very
washed it
interesting,
completely away. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, folks, so there you go. We've done a really quick test and a really quick comparison between these two products. What did we notice? That after a couple of sprays on both the hood and the glass, they had equal slickness. Glenn told you that. What we did notice is that maybe pans left a little bit of streaking, had to buff a little bit extra, whereas the Yum was very easy to apply, very smooth. Then when we did the water beading test, which is basically pointless, we noticed that on the hood they both sort of bed water, made water beads just as equal to each other, but we saw that there was a little bit more hydrophobics on the glass with the Yum detailer. Then the real changing point for us was then when we come to dry it. It was really easy to dry the Yum side, you know, the water just blew right off, and this sort of stuck a little bit, made this into from big beads into smaller beads. So I think if we can include two things here, I think Yum detailer and this and the pan one is just as slick as each other. but I think the Yum Detailer has got it, you know, slightly ahead for us because easier to dry. Hydrophobics was a little bit better here and here, and also this was a slightly more user-friendly. Both of these have got fantastic scents. We're guessing here, we think Clean by Pan sort of smells a bit like lemonade, raspberry lemonade, pink lemonade, something like that. And the Yum Detailer smells very tropical, very sort of pineapple-y based, sort of feels like you're in the Caribbean somewhere. Those are not the official scents, but that's what it smells like to us on the nose. So if you're interested in buying any of these products, head over to thehouseofrags.com. In the US, you can buy these products. Use the code OmniGarage, that'll save you 10% off at checkout. We get a little bit of a kickback. We are associated with the House of Rags. We get a little bit of kickback that we can put back into buying some more of these products. But that's it from OmniGarage After Hours. Stay tuned to next week because you're going to see some more awesome Versus content coming for us. Thanks for watching. And Glenn, any final notes, mate?
No final notes from me. Catch you next week.
Have a good night.
Oh.